Hi, I'm Will. I'm founder of Tent, and we've got one of our customers, Bryony, here today. Nice to see you again.
Nice.
Thanks for coming in. So we've spoken a bit about HYROX and a bit about running, but today I sort of want to talk about injuries, because when we were chatting last time, you mentioned you had a really bad set of injuries last year. So tell me a bit about those.
Yeah, unfortunately, I actually sprained both my ankle.
How did you feel? You meant boat, right?
Yeah, I know. I was doing some plyometrics and I just rolled one, which then rolled the other. One was worse than the other, uh, which is really annoying to be honest with.
Yeah. And I mean, I sort of wanted to touch a little bit on the kind of mental aspect of injuries because, everyone, the injuries are quite visible as you're hobbling around. But,
Yeah.
how did it make you feel?
I think the key, main word I could say was frustrated because you work so hard and then you just feel like you're limited to, for me, for both HYROX and my athletics, you run a lot. And
Yeah. You can't, you were both, you can't even hop, right? Very excited.
well, so that, yeah, very frustrated. And I think just having to change what I do with my time as well, because it becomes such a habit and something which helps mentally doing exercise that if I'm not able to do it, it's sort of what can I do?
Yeah. And then, so how did you use TEN to sort of help recover from those injuries?
Well, ankles themselves are quite awkward as a location, and I think, for example, it's so easy to get to those points to sort of iron out and sort of focus on the areas which do need attention more so, and so that was really key when you're doing sort of physio exercises to use a product which a physio would recommend as well.
Yeah.
For such a tender and fragile location. So
Yeah, because I guess something like a massage gun,
yeah,
not the really perfect, right?
yeah, kind of vibrates the whole thing.
Yeah, I had to destroy your ankle in one.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then the other thing which you mentioned when we were chatting last time, which I sort of thought was quite interesting, was about sort of the niggles, how you manage the niggles so they don't become a big injury.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk more about that? Because I thought it was interesting.
So I think obviously once you get injured once, you become more aware of actually I need to do prehab and sort myself out. So for me, it's much more like an evening routine and sort of I focus on the areas which get a bit tight, which is essentially is really hamstrings a lot for me.
Yeah.
And then hips as well. And sort of making sure I do that with getting to those locations with my tight hip flexors. I think TENS works really well for me.
Yeah. Wow. And then if going back to your ankles, obviously you spoke about 10, but it's not all about 10. What other things did you do that worked and didn't work? For recovery from that, was there anything that you that that just did work for me?
I think it's a lot of trial and error with recovery because each body's individual. I think, as you said, can't use can't use large massage guns, but also doing stretches, using bands, and going to a physio and actually having conversations with someone who knows how to do it really helped. And yeah, those are the main things I would say I was doing. Obviously, I couldn't run.
Yeah.
But
So what did you do if you were talking about the mental aspect of it? What did you do then instead to sort of keep everything in check?
Luckily, I can do some upper body work, so I'd also use the ski erg, which is actually one of my weaker.
I mean, everyone hates his ski erg, right? To fight is not fun. There's nothing fun about that.
Nothing wrong about that. So I mainly did that because at least that's stationary. I can still stat.
Yeah.
It's just more not doing any extension work throughout pressure points.
Cool. Well, I'm glad the ankles are fixed.
Yeah.
I'm glad we could help you with it. And hopefully see you again soon.
Yes.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.